We will be tying using the fly assembly kits from SHOR Fishing. This one is the black bear green butt. Actually, what this is it is a kit that got everything you need to tie at least 6 flies. In fact, it got 6 hooks in there, but you can tie up to 9, 10, even 12 fly depending on the kit if you have your own hook. So let's open up this kit and try to see if we are able to tie one of these black bear green butt. So right off the bat you got the pattern included, you got hackle feather, you got a pretty large patch actually of black bear, you have the floss, the green floss and the black floss. In the little bag you got your tying thread, you got the tinsel and the hook, of course. So we will open up the hook and begin to tie this fly. First step, you will put your hook right into your vise. Make sure that it is holding well. I will put my tying thread into my bobbin. So on the bobbin of black thread you got your tinsel, you take it off. Once it is mounted, you will begin to tie right at the middle of the fly and you will bring your thread all the way back. Actually, you want your thread to stop around the point and the barb of your hook. You will take a little part, actually you can take up to maybe 10 centimeters of your tinsel, and you will begin with your tinsel to do the tag end of your fly. Once your tinsel is secure, you will do between 3 and 5 turns of tinsel, depending on your tying style, depending on the size of the hook, size of the tinsel. So it is really personal preference. You will advance your tying thread while tying the tag in around, let's say, between 1/5 and 1/4 of the hook. You will come and take the green floss of the card, around 6 centimeters should be enough. You will let a tag go all the way at the back of your hook and you will tie it so you can fold the tag right on top of your floss at the end. You turn the floss all the way to the back and you bring it to the front. So you will have 2 layers of floss actually, which will help to keep the color of your floss when it is wet, and with the little tagging that we will bring on the top, it would really help to protect your flies against the tooth of the fish. Once the butt section is done, you will head for the tail. You will take one of the hackle you got and you take a little part actually of it. You just make sure that the point are all the same and you will take it off just like this. So you got your tail in your hand. You want your tail to go around the bend of the hook. So holding it between your fingers, you are keeping it right on the top of the hook. Actually, I cut my thread, which can happen to you. So I will keep going. I won't restart a new video. So what I'm doing, if I'm cutting away the thread, like I did, I will simply put my thread back in the bobbin. I will restart in front of it. And I will come by and just circles around my existing thread that is there. I would cut away the tagging. I would bring back this and tie it back. Just like this. So we are back to our tail. You will hold it right on the top of the hook. And you will actually secure it and keep tying it all the way to the part where your hook is doubling up front. This will help actually to have a really straight body, a body that will remain almost the same size on the whole hook shank. You will come back and take the rest of your tinsel, tie it right on the close side actually of your hook, because this is the place where your hook is doubling up. And you will bring back your thread all the way to the point where you want your head to be. So some people like their heads to be right at the bend right here. I like them to be a little bit further back, mainly because it leaves you some place to your knot. You will take the black floss, maybe a 15 centimeters strand, and you will tie it. One tips that I like is I tie them way too long up front, 2 or 3 turns, and I will pull on this, so I won't have to come back and cut close to the hook actually. So everything will be tied down, solid and clean. You will do just the same as you did with your butt, and you will circles around your hook with the floss all the way to the back, and you will come back all the way to the front. So you want your body to be as heavy as possible so the fish tooth won't catch on it. Couple of turns to secure your material right up front, and you can trim the excess. Now it's time to do the ribs. You want between 3 and 7 rib, depending on the size of the fly. So let's head for 5 turns on this particular one. Once it is secure, you can trim the excess. Now it is time for the wing. So less is more. You don't want to tie a whole bunch, a whole big wing. You want a wing that will be a little bit translucent, that will actually have a lot more movement in the water. I want to pull off the small hair that are funky, and I will trim actually the butt of everything. So what I have left is pretty straight and will actually look way better once I will have used my air stacker. So you want to stack them just a little bit, not too much actually. You don't want every single fiber to be straight. You want most of them to be straight. You want your wing to be actually as long as your tail, so you will end up right at the tip of your tail. I will do 1 turn simply over the wing, and then I will do another turn around the hook shank. So this will actually help to keep your wing right on the top of the hook, and it will actually increase the durability of your fly. Once it is tied good, you will come with your sizer and cut your wing as close as you can as the hook shank. Finally, we will be doing the wing, the throat of the fly, using once again your hackle. So you are using the same technique as you did for the tail. but you will put it right under the shank of your hook. Once it is secure, you can trim off the excess and bring your thread right up front of your material. You want to do touching turns of thread while you progress all the way to your wing. Once it is done, you can use a loop, a hook finisher. With your knot finisher, you will simply knot your thread, and the very last step is to varnish the head. You can use whatever brand of lacquer you like. Just make sure that you have lacquer all the way around your fly head, so it will lacquer over the UV will be better because it will penetrate into the head, and you will have a finished fly, a finished black bear green butt ready to fish. So we were using the fly assembly kits from SHOR Fishing. This was the black bear green butt.